everybody, welcome to part 4 of getting ready for winter. So this video is going to be winter hacks, tips and tricks for yourself and your ponies. So behind me I have a selection of products to make your winter life 10 times easier. So these are all things that I use on Quinn and any other horse that I've owned or loaned or anything like that to make winter life easier, especially if they are big, hairy ponies. Then these things are absolutely essential. These items have helped so much in keeping him looking somewhat clean and decent. I am going to obviously trim him up and sort him out still, but not going to fully clip.
Good time, I don't care. Oh, oh, oh,
So my first winter hack is have a short tail. They grow back and it means that it's not going to be in the mud, it's not going to get all disgusting at the bottom. So I trim his tail so it's kind of halfway between his fetlock and his hock. It does look quite short, but like I said, it keeps it nice and clean and out of the mud. So I give that a real good trim. Next, I then brush it through using my favourite NAF silky mane and tail. Drown this in his tail, top, bottom, underneath, everywhere, so that it's got some nice silky, smooth conditioning to run through. And I'm going to give his tail a nice wash, so I always use warm water from the kettle. I feel so bad if not. Pop in some purple shampoo and some fairy liquid, and I will give his tail a lovely warm wash with the water, as it's looking quite a manky yellow colour. So this will hopefully bring out all of that brassiness and all of the yellow using the NAF Show Off shampoo, which is the best purple shampoo ever. Mix it with fairy liquid and your ponies will be gleaming white.
wanna dance, want a simple romance, nothing more, nothing less from you. No ties, no price, no need, so free. I don't care what you say, what you do, how you feel.
And so I repeat the process again, popping his tail back into the bucket, letting it soak, rinsing out all of his tail and all of the bubbles. And then I will go back in with my hands again, really rub and scrub at any of the areas that look a bit dirty still, so that it's all nice and clean and sparkling. Rinse it back through again, and then I will leave his tail like this with all of the shampoo in to let it all soak in whilst I go and move on to his mane. So next is winter hacks for their mane. So treat it the same kind of as the tail, trim it up if you'd like to trim them up. Then go through with a mane and tail spray. So again, I'm using the NAF Silky Mane and Tail. I go all in the roots, underneath his mane, all on top. Really give it a good spritz through before moving on with a stain remover. So this was a really good trick I learned, to, rather than using a shampoo, drown their manes in the stain remover and let it sit on there, and then wash it all out straight away. So it's a bit of a quicker way to wash their manes, and it comes up really sparkly white.
I don't care.
So to let all that sit in his mane, I then wash out the tail first, as that's had all the shampoo sitting in it. So I'll give the tail a really good wash out. I preferably would like to use the hot shower, but it takes so long to set up, and I was only rinsing these out. So I just used the cold hose and tried not to get it on his body too much. Give it a really good rinse out, make sure there's no bubbles left, and you can see just how clean it appears after you've finished.
When it's like nothing wrong, it's alright with you. No ties, no price.
So next is to rinse off the mane, now that that has all sat in there and done its thing. So again, preferably use a hot shower, but I didn't. I just used the cold hose on a very, very low pressure setting, so I didn't get too much excess water over his neck, but you can see the colour transformation as I wash out his mane with the stain remover in. It just makes it so white and lovely. So yeah, wash out the mane next and you'll have your beautiful white sparkly mane.
And the fanciest things couldn't make me believe in us. I'm here for pleasure, so don't you put pressure.
Once you finish washing his mane out, then drown it once again in the NAF Silky Mane and Tail Spray and give it a really good brush through, and then your mane is completely finished. So then I will show you later on in the video what I do to keep it looking as clean and lovely. But that is the washing part of your mane done.
No price. No need. So free. I don't care what you say, what you do.
And then using my Haar's body brush, which I use on the daily, give him a good brush every day, just to remove any mud or anything that may have stuck to him. And these remove the dirt so well. They are an absolute must-have in a grooming kit for summer and for winter. Now, next is more of a grey owner must-have, which is stain remover. So I have the CARR and Martin stain remover, and I also have the NAF stain remover. I must admit, I am just a NAF lover. The NAF one works amazingly. It's a foam consistency, so I spray it straight on the area if there's any bad parts, and then I will put some in the middle section of a rubber curry comb and really like go to town rubbing it in on any of the areas, and it just keeps him so clean and white. It's amazing stuff. So I'll go around all the areas and rub all of this in using the rubber curry comb.
Just wanna dance, want a simple romance, nothing more, nothing less from you. Just take the night, then we leave when it's like nothing wrong, it's alright with you. No ties, no price, no need, so free. I don't care what you say, what you do, how you feel, as long as you can show me a good time. I don't need promises, honestly, no big deal, as long as you can show me a good time. I don't care.
Then the best way to get rid of it is to use some warm water and a really wrung out sponge, and you just want to wipe over all the areas that you've just used the stain remover on, and you will watch your pony become sparkling white and clean again.
Make me believe in us. I'm here for pleasure, so don't you put pressure on me to give into us. All I need is short-term devotion. I don't wanna be so emotional. Just wanna dance, want a simple romance, nothing more, nothing less from you. No ties, no price, no need, so free. I don't care what you say, what you do, how you feel, as long as you can show me a good time. I don't need promises, honestly, no big deal, as long as you can show me a good time. I don't care.
So next is legs, feathers and hooves. So Quinn has got quite a lot of feather, so I spray pig oil and sulphur all over them and then brush it through, and this stops any mud, any crap or water sticking to his feathers. It's kind of like a natural repellent, so it's brilliant for winter time.
'Cause you and me won't last long. Just stay with me for a drink and show me a good time. If I wanted more than this, I'd love you until I'm...
Now his body's done, we move back to the mane, and I'm going to use the Garnier coconut hair mask. This is the best thing ever for keeping his mane thick and looking luscious. So I put loads all over his mane, as you can see, run it all through with my hands, then give it a quick brush through, and you can just see how much better and cleaner his mane looks. I then add in some Garnier and Martin Dream Coat Shine to it. So again, this will just stop any mud or anything sticking to it whilst his hair is in plaits. So Quinn is obviously a big hairy horse. He has a lot of mane, a lot of tail and a lot of feather. So I plait up his mane just to keep his mane looking lovely and to keep it full and thick, tangle free, and it stops me brushing it every day as well, so that he then won't lose any of it or won't accidentally pull any out. So I'll just go along now and plait up all of his mane. I keep these plaits in for like 2 days and then I change them over and just run my hands through them and replait it and don't actually brush it. I only brush it once a week with a lot of mane and tail spray.
As long as you can show me a good time, I don't care. Ooh, 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 Partners and rings and the fanciest things couldn't make me believe in us. I'm here for pleasure, so don't you put pressure on me to give into us. All I need is short-term devotion. I don't wanna be so emotional. Just wanna dance, want a simple romance. Nothing more, nothing less from you. No ties, no price, no need, so free. I don't care what you say, what you do, how you feel. As long as you can show me a good time. I don't need promises, honestly, no big deal.
So now his mane's all done, it's back to the tail. So I'll swirl it around like a little helicopter so it all dries. Now you can see how gorgeous and white his tail is. Mane and tail through it, loads of Dream Coat through it. So again, everything just slides off so it saves any brushing or dirt sticking to it. Give it a real good brush through. It should be really easy to brush through now. And then I just plait it into one big plait, and this I take out when I ride. He only has this plait in for the field, and that is it.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause you and me won't last long.
So to finish and make grooming life easier, I spray all of his body with the Garnier and Martin Dream Coat, stops anything sticking to him, and now he's all finished.
More than this, I'd love you until I'm gone, but you only get a sip, so show.
The reason I actually have these two products in my winter hacks and essentials video is because when I clip, I hot cloth, but obviously with Quinn's circumstances, I don't know if I'm going to clip him or not yet. If he comes into walk work, I'm still going to clip him because even with just a girth on, he sweats just to walk. So I will clip him, and then I'll hot cloth using baby oil just to keep his skin moisturised, nourished, and it looks great. And then after I clip, and again with a hot cloth, straight after clipping, I use the Love His Skin is in from NAF wash. It is amazing for just after clipping them. So this will be used straight after clipped, and then once a week I would hot cloth with some baby oil. So that is why they are in my collection, because they are fab for that reason. So a really good trick I learned for horses with big, thick, long manes and tails is get your mane and tail spray and spray it all along the area, along your rug inside where the horse's mane would be, and then it makes it really slippy and slidey so that no mane gets rubbed out or pulls or snaps it or anything like that. So next part of your winter hacks and essentials is you. So you want to make your life quick and as easy as you can at the yard. You want to be warm, you want to be cozy, you don't want to be faffing around, you don't want to be freezing cold. As you can tell by today, it is now getting cold. It is one of them beautiful winter days where the sun's out, but it is freezing. So I have some winter hacks that will make your life easier at the yard for yourself. So my first little winter hack tip and trick is to use a cat litter scoop or a colander to smash your buckets of ice and then scoop out the ice part. That way you don't have to touch the water, put your hands in, potentially split any buckets trying to kick them and get freezing cold. So that is hack number one. Hack number two is pop salt licks into your horse's stables, because this will encourage them to drink like it does in the summer. It will encourage them in the winter to keep their fluids up and keep them hydrated. So I just put one in Quinn's stable. He loves salt licks and he'll go through a whole one in like a week. So I put his in like 2-3 times a week just to make sure that he is getting salt in his body. Your next hack is you want to really think about what bedding you're on for winter. So if you're on a bedding that takes forever to muck out, do you really want to be there all day mucking your bed out? So I have Quinn, I've gone from straw to pellets again. He would still be on straw if he didn't eat it, but for me, that is a quick option to muck out because he's clean on straw, so I don't mind doing it. It provides warmth, a lot of support for their joints. But an alternative bedding that is even quicker is pellets. So Quinn is on a pellet bed, he is on a pellet bed with banks. You're supposed to take the wet out at least once a week. I take it out sort of every 3 days, 4 days, sometimes every day if he's a really, really wet horse, and it keeps the bed nice and fluffy. It looks so much better, and it literally takes me 10 minutes to completely muck out his stable, sweep back his bed, do his water, and hang up his hay net. So that is so much more time saving than if you were on shavings or anything like that. Next tip is you want to have waterproof gloves. So when you're filling up your buckets, if you've got soaked hay nets, which Quinn's on, it is a pain in the arse. You want waterproof gloves because they will come in so handy. So I have a pair from Aldi. They were the Aldi special buy, and my God, they are incredible. So I really hope they bring them back again when they do their next equestrian kind of range. I brought 3 sets in total. I have one in my car, one at the yard, and one at home because I love them. They're amazing. But another pair that I have purchased and absolutely adored were the Woofwear winter gloves, who are also waterproof. They are a lot more pricey than the Aldi ones, but if you can't get hold of the Aldi ones, they are my 100% go-to to keep you warm and toasty for winter. Next hack I have is fill up spare buckets at the yard and leave them in a warmer place where you know they aren't going to freeze. So like leave them in your tack room overnight, anywhere that you know, or in an office, anything like that that you have on your yard, so that you know if you get there in the morning and your hoses are frozen, you have got nice water to use to even just top up your horse's water buckets, so they have something to drink all day. Another thing to get is, mine's currently at home, not at the yard, are water canisters. You can keep these in your car and then they won't be frozen, or you can fill them up at home and then transport them to the yard if you have no water. So you want to get one of these bad boys. These water canisters are amazing for winter. You can, like I said, fill them up. They're quite easy to transport around in a wheelbarrow and leave them in your car. So again, you've got nice water for your ponies. Next is not everyone's taste. Something that we just do at the yard and I've always done is just manage your fields over the winter. Don't let them get too boggy. Don't let them turn into mud pits. Don't leave your horses out for hours and hours if your field gets really boggy, because you're going to have no grass and it's going to be trashed. So electric fencing is probably a winter must-have. Another tip for your field water, and if your horse will tolerate it in the stable, is to put like a tennis ball or something in your horse's water so that it doesn't freeze, or it stops it from freezing so much overnight. You don't have to worry about in the morning trying to smash the buckets. Next winter trick is hand warmers. You just want to have hand warmers because your hands will get so bitterly cold. They are a winter essential, is hand warmer. So you can put them just inside your gloves, hold them, anything like that, when you have them in your pockets to hold when you're just walking backwards and forwards. Keep your hands warm, because if your hands get freezing cold and stiff, your jobs are going to take so much longer to do because your hands are like... So hands nice and warm, you can quickly do everything you need and head off home to have a nice cup of tea and sit in the warm. And my last tip or trick is, this is preference. Personally, I do it sometimes if I know that I'm going to be in a rush the next morning, or if, I don't know, the girls are turning him out, I will leave him in his turnout rug. So leaving him in their turnout rugs overnight just means that you don't have a rug to faff around and change with in the morning. Saves your hands getting all cold and stiff as well. It also saves some time, and turnout rugs are obviously more warmer because they are suited to be out in the field. But yeah, this is totally optional. I do like putting him in his pajamas so that he's just out of his rug he's been in all day. I'm putting him into, but yeah, leaving him into his turnout rug will save you plenty of time in the morning. So they are some winter hacks and essentials for yourself during the winter time, and I hope these come in handy and help you out. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and let me know down below if you will use any of these winter hacks and essentials, whether that be for you or your ponies and the yard, for your winter time to be much easier and much nicer. Bye.
Be a good time, I don't care.